Well, it is a big day for this country. Hours from now, the Electoral College is set to confirm Joe Biden's presidency, despite you-know-who continuing to kvetch about it. And the first vaccine rollout is happening as we speak. The White House already ran into a controversy over a reported plan to vaccinate staff first, which they walked back. But given how much you-know-who supporters listen to him, should he set an example and get vaccinated? I mean, first he said, well, they're going to get vaccinated first. And I kept thinking, well, I thought you were immune. You getting vaccinated? So I don't understand, but that's why I have to throw it to you. What do you think of that conversation, Joy?
Well, the thing with him is that you can't trust anything he says because he's such a pathological liar. And we also know that he never does anything altruistic because it's all about him. So this whole thing about, we're not going to take it because we're not the first responders, I don't buy that 100%. I think because he likes to cast doubt on everything, on the election, on Dr. Fauci, on science, on climate change, and that's his thing. And truthfully, his supporters need to watch him take it, even though he had the virus, allegedly, and would probably make him somewhat more immune than it does me, for instance. But I think that he doesn't want to do it because he wants to cast doubt, because it would really help the country and all these people who basically fall in line with whatever he tells them to do. So he should take it.
Right.
He should take it. And also, people who work in the White House in a certain way are considered frontline workers, in my opinion. They work in the White House. They need to get the vaccine. I don't think it's jumping the line.
Right.
For 37 more
Sonny,
days.
do you think he's just do you think he's just scared to take it? He just don't want to take it because he's scared because maybe it's going to start the zombie apocalypse?
I do wonder about that since he doesn't believe in science. But I agree with Joy in the sense that, this is our administration, and we do want the administration running our government, running our country to be safe and healthy. And so I do think that it would go a long way for the president to televise taking the vaccine, because we know that they have downplayed the virus. They've continuously downplayed the need for social distancing and masks. They've had these super spreader rallies. And now I think it's like 60% of Americans are saying, you know what, I will take it. But there's still 21% of Americans that say no matter what information is given to them, they will not take the virus. And actually, women are more likely to take not the virus, the vaccine. Women are more likely to take the vaccine, but African Americans also, by race, don't want to take the vaccine. That's been the recent polling. So I think it would go a long way if the president just did it on television. Let's see. Let's see him do it.
Right. What do you think, Sarah? Do you think he maybe is reluctant because he's a little spooked by the whole thing, or is it just he does not care and that's just going to be that?
I actually don't think he's very reluctant. I appreciate that the White House should be a protected group of people, essential personnel. But I really liked when he tweeted, which I'm not sure it was him. It was a very measured tweet. People working in the White House should receive the vaccine. I'm not scheduled to take, but look forward to doing. So I don't know who got to him or got to his Twitter account, but I appreciated that because right now in the throes of a global pandemic, this is the one area where he's talked about this vaccine, although the virus to him may not have been real. So we didn't wear masks and we did all that we did out, at the rallies. But the vaccine was this rally cry of, I'm going to be responsible for the vaccine. So I always felt an openness for him to take a vaccine if it came. I think someone got to him, and I do want the most vulnerable and the essential workers and the frontline workers, the healthcare workers. I want everyone to get that first, and I feel like there's enough immunity in the White House right now, considering how many people had it, that I don't know if they right now in this current administration should be the ones to get it first. So I did appreciate the follow-up tweet that someone tweeted.
Right. What about you, Annie? You think they should step back and whether they've had it or not had it, should they be on the front lines to receive this? Joy says she sees how they could be in the front line for all of this. What do you think?
Girl, look, first of all, they're only going to be in the front line for another 5 weeks, okay? because the electoral votes are coming in today. Joe Biden's going to be sworn in January 20th, and Donald Trump and everybody in that White House is about to lose their job. Then, you know, I also think, my God, can you imagine if this guy rolls up his sleeve and we actually see his arm? We might know what color his skin is under all of that pancake makeup he wears on his face. But listen, on a serious note, these are folks who have called COVID a hoax, who have downplayed it for months, who have held super spreader events and continue to do so as we speak with White House parties. They are folks who have laughed at and mocked scientists and those who wear masks. And all of them who have gotten COVID, you know, a lot of them get Cadillac medical care and get access to cocktails, experimental cocktails that the rest of Americans don't. And they have been putting other Americans at risk with their reckless behavior for months and months and months. So no, I don't think they should be among the first to get it, because they're not going to be there for much longer, because they haven't been productive, and because I really, you know, look, in just a matter of weeks, these guys are going to be you know, they're going to be trying out for Dancing with the Stars and The Masked Singer or gigs at Fox News. So really, they can wait along with the rest of us.
But Anna, they are more dangerous in the next 5 weeks to be super spreaders. They are more dangerous than other people
They're all
because
immune,
they're so,
Joy. They've
you know,
all
irresponsible.
They have antibodies.
Yeah.
They've all had it.
But we don't know if that's 100%
Yes.
going to protect them. Nobody knows that. There's no science on that.
Listen, I'd rather
they could
that
still
vaccine,
get it again, maybe. I don't know.
We have a limited number of vaccines, and I'd rather it go to people risking their lives to keep other Americans safe than to the people in the White House
agree
who've
with
been
that.
putting Americans' lives at risk.
Yeah.
And we'll
one would
continue to do
think
so. That's what I'm worried about.
That
Right,
would be the
exactly.
That would be the question that
Yeah.
everybody is asking, because it's a question I asked when he got out of the hospital, when you know who got out of the hospital, and didn't seem to, you know, quarantine at all, you know, and went out and kept doing things. And I thought, well, I mean, even if you got a super cocktail, shouldn't you not be out and about doing things? And then it was everybody was out and about doing everything. And I don't know what happened to Kellyanne. I don't know if Kellyanne got the cocktail. I don't know who else got the cocktail. But it's interesting that no one jumped on everybody in the White House and said, you cannot leave this building. You cannot have people coming in. You cannot go out. It's very interesting to me. But hey, you know, that's me.